Hey everyone, before we start, I just want to thank Creeperman129, whose ideas were the inspirations for this what if story. Anyways, let's start.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the Earth has been threatened once more. The Saiyan attack on humanity has brought devastation. Ten Shinhan, Yamcha, Chaozu, and even Piccolo have all died thanks to the two warriors. Though Goku arrived in time to help the rest, Vegeta was still alive even after a spirit bomb blasted him into the sky. Now Vegeta attempts to escape in his battle pod, but not far behind, Krillin stands tall with a samurai sword ready to end the menace. Does Krillin have it in him to rid the universe of the Saiyans once and for all? The battle continues now. A sharp turn of fate. What if Krillin killed Vegeta?
Vegeta crawled over to his space pod, barely making it inside. He was tired. The battle against Kakarot and his allies had far outclassed what he expected. Now he had broken bones. No way for a Saiyan to live. He needed to get away quickly. Just then, he heard the sound of a blade cutting the air. Vegeta turned around to find the bald man panting, sword in hand. That was the same sword that had just cut his tail earlier. So, this was it, huh?
Wait, Krillin! Let him go!
Goku said through his mind. Passing feeling of relief swept through Vegeta. Kakarot was a fool. How can I, Goku? He killed all our friends.
But Krillin, I want to fight him again!
That's no excuse to let someone like him live. I'm sorry, Goku.
Wait, what are you?
Krillin closed his eyes, bringing the sword back and finally pushing it through Vegeta's chest. An orb of ki Vegeta was creating in the palm of his hand disappeared, and his hand flopped to the floor. Vegeta was dead. Krillin dropped the sword and fell to the ground. Goku stayed quiet for a little bit until he finally said,
I understand why you did it, Krillin.
Not long after, a capsule ship with all their friends inside arrived. Though they were all sad, they thanked Krillin and Goku for defeating the Saiyans. Bulma in particular was glad that Vegeta was dead, and that Yamcha was avenged. Krillin was prideful in what he did. Cocky even. Still, they needed to bring back their friends. He suggested Planet Namek, as he heard it mentioned by the Saiyans when talking about the Dragonballs and Piccolo. The team began to set a plan in motion for it. Just like the original story, after Krillin and Gohan recovered from their injuries, Bulma and them take Kami's old ship to Planet Namek. However, several things are different now that Vegeta is nowhere to be found. Once the team arrived on Namek, they realized something was very wrong. They felt some incredible power out there, including Dodoria and Zarbon. Kui, however, was not there. In the original story, he was sent to Namek in order to confront Vegeta personally. But, with his rival gone, he had no reason to depart. The two heroes found a confrontation between Frieza and the Namekian village. The Namekian Muri destroyed their scouters just in time for the Z-Warriors to jump in and intervene. Though Dodoria went after them, he was distracted by the heroic Krillin. After he gained vision again, Dodoria blasted the area around himself, thinking he destroyed the Earthlings. Dodoria reported back to Frieza, telling him that the Earthlings were taken care of. Frieza dismissed it. He didn't really care. They weren't too much of an issue anyways. What did matter was the fact that they had no more scouters left. Without them having to hide from Vegeta, Gohan and Krillin get to Bulma a lot faster and begin to plan on how to get the Dragon Balls. Frieza called down a few random soldiers to bring them scouters, not the Ginyu Force, since nobody had been picking out his elite like Vegeta did. Instead, it was just some random soldiers, since there was no immediate threat. Gohan and Krillin then divided up to find the Dragon Balls. While Krillin got his potential unlocked by the Grand Elder, Gohan found a Namekian village that Vegeta originally slaughtered, even enlisting the help of 2 or 3 of their warriors. Not long after getting their potential unlocked, Gohan, Krillin, and the 3 Nameks head over to Bulma's place to discuss the situation. They needed to sneak into Frieza's ship. However, just then, Gohan feels something wrong. The key of the Namekian village he had found earlier disappearing. Gohan knew there was something up, so he begs Krillin to allow him to help. Normally, Krillin would be cautious about stuff like this, but he and Gohan just got a huge power-up. Couple that with the Namekian warriors and the fact that Krillin felt pretty good about the killing of a Saiyan, the team went to help the village. Once there, they find Dodoria torturing the Namekians. He recognizes the kid and instantly went in for an attack. He was surprised to see them alive. However, Gohan and Krillin managed to get behind Dodoria while the Namekian warriors distract him. Gohan and Krillin fire blast at Dodoria, greatly weakening him. While Dodoria is stronger, he can't keep up with the 2 of them at the same time after this huge power-up. But just then, he rushes at Krillin, throwing him into a house. Gohan goes in for an attack, but Dodoria turns around and smashes his fist against Gohan's chest. Then, his elbow against the kid's head, making him crash onto the ground. Dodoria stepped on his head, ready to kill him with a blast. However, Dodoria surprisingly cut in half. Krillin had used his Kien-Sun to save Gohan just in time. Krillin invited the rest of the village to go to Bulma's with them, where Dende healed them all, Gohan too, getting a small boost in the process.
Hey kids, don't go away. We'll be right back. And now back to our show.
The Grand Elder felt the whole battle go down, and asked Nail to go and find the Z-Fighters, and help them with saving the planet. Nail agreed. Since Frieza still hadn't gotten the Scouters, Zarbon is mindlessly zooming around, looking for possible places where the Dragon Balls could be. Just then, Nail crosses by him. Zarbon planned on interrogating him. He didn't look different from any of the other warriors, and was probably just as weak. But Nail wasn't about to go down without a fight, and this was an easy fight for him. Nail could have been a match for the Ginyu Force after all, and Zarbon stood no chance. Though Zarbon begged for mercy, Nail could not forgive what was done to his planet. Though he is surprised by the transformation that Zarbon showed off, and got a little damage because of it. In the end, a good nail gun was all he needed to defeat Zarbon. Nail finally arrived with a team, and offered his help. Remember, without Vegeta to distract neither Frieza nor the Earthlings, things happen much quicker, so Goku still has longer to arrive. They all devise a plan where Nail, Krillin, and the two Namekians would distract Frieza, while the last Namekian, Gohan, and Dende stole the Dragon Balls. The plan was set in motion, with the fighters directly confronting Frieza. Zarbon was taking a long time, and Frieza was just about to call down the Ginyu Force, when the soldiers arrived with the Scouters. As this happened, Nail showed up in front of the ship. Frieza stepped outside with the rest of the soldiers, which included Qui. They attacked relentlessly, even killing one of the Namekians. However, Krillin and Nail showed off what they are really made of. They worked really well together. Meanwhile, Gohan and Dende snuck onto the ship. They had to be careful, as any key usage would alert Frieza outside. Quickly, the team stole the Dragon Balls, until running into a pool. Gohan thought quickly, and rather than spiking his power drastically, he used the different martial arts moves Piccolo taught him to knock out a pool. Even so, a pool's blaster went off in the middle of the battle, so Dende and Gohan had to book it. The Namekian held 2 Dragon Balls. Dende won, and Gohan tried to balance 2 others. They rushed out quickly, but Frieza spotted them. Krillin realized this, and rushed in front of Frieza to stop him. Krillin, while powerful, was no match for Frieza, but he did keep him distracted. That was until Frieza had enough of it, and pierced Krillin with his horns. Krillin was thrown aside, but Gohan quickly turned back to see his body on the ground. Frieza was beating up Nail, who could barely keep up at all. Gohan exploded in rage, letting go of the Dragon Balls, and then rushing in to blast Frieza with a giant Masenko. This was completely unexpected for Frieza, and he ended up getting a bit ruffled. Nail grabbed onto Gohan, not letting him go. The Namekian yelled at him that they needed to summon the dragon now. They got the 2 Dragon Balls that Gohan dropped and headed to the Grand Elder's place. Quickly, Dende summoned the dragon, but Frieza was hot on their tail. He was going to attack when Dende begins to speak the first wish to defeat Frieza. But Porunga said that this is far above his power. From here, I see 2 outcomes. You could call them the good and bad endings. Let's start with the bad, and what I believe would actually be the most likely. As Frieza fired the attack, Nail attempted to jump in front, protecting him. However, it was too late, and the young Namekian was killed. Nail himself tried to make the wish while Gohan rages at Frieza, but just as he's about to finish the wish, Frieza blasted Gohan with a giant death ball. This death ball was not meant to just defeat Gohan, but destroy the whole planet. Frieza was desperate and wasn't about to let them make the wish. He knew he'd survive somehow. The death ball ended every one of them. Just before the planet would explode, Frieza heads over to Porunga and makes his wish. But then nothing happens. Frieza tries again, but Porunga only speaks a language he does not understand. Then, the Dragon Balls turn into stone. The Grand Elder had died, along with the rest of the planet. Frieza screams in anger as the whole planet explodes. And not long after, Frieza would be reborn as a cyborg. Not too far away, Goku witnessed the explosion. He asked King Kai what was happening, but he wasn't sure. All he knew was that everyone died. For just a single second, Goku changed after hearing those news. He transformed briefly into a powerful Super Saiyan, but instantly collapsed onto the floor. He was already battle damaged from his training. His body couldn't handle a sudden change like that. Once he woke up, he would have to set course to Earth. Now, for the good ending. Frieza fired an attack at Dende, but Nail jumped in front, saving the kid. Nail only had one last word: Earth. Dende nodded, while Gohan did what he could to keep Frieza at bay. Dende wished for everybody but Frieza to be teleported to Earth, and just like that, all the Namekians, Porunga, and Gohan were teleported to Earth. Frieza cursed the whole world. He was going to explode in anger. In his fury, Frieza fired a giant death ball, which quickly destroyed the whole planet. Unknown to him, another Saiyan watched the explosion happen. Goku was still a bit far, but Namek was in view when the explosion happened. The disturbance made the ship spin, but tried to ask King Kai what happened. He wasn't sure. Remember, he didn't know Goku was alive after the Namekian explosion either. He told Goku that, sadly, it seemed like everyone has died. Goku's heart broke. He was too late. If only he could have recovered sooner. Goku felt anger, sadness, so many emotions. And in this state, while watching pieces of Namek spread through the galaxy, his heart pounded to the point of his hair standing up, turning golden, and his aura exploding. However, this was only briefly, and he quickly collapsed to the floor. The universe was safe for Frieza, at least for now, and the Namekians soon planned to get their planet back. They would of course allow Gohan to use the Dragon Balls, but Earth wouldn't be safe for very long. After all, Dr. Gero was composing a plan to destroy Goku and his friends. But that's a story for another time. Tell me which ending you guys preferred. I'm not actually sure. I kind of liked the bad ending in this one, honestly. Be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. We are so close to 50,000 subscribers, guys, so let's keep pushing forward. Shout out to these fellas who answered the Dragon Ball question of the week in the last episode. If you want to be featured in the next episode, be sure to answer the question with hashtag DBQ in the comments. The Dragon Ball question of the week this week is, which version of Gohan is your favorite? Kid Gohan, quote-unquote Teen Gohan, Adult Gohan, Dragon Ball Super Gohan, GT Gohan, Glasses Gohan? Just pick any one of them and tell me why you like them. Anyways guys, until we meet again. See ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Smugstick, unless you want to be destroyed.
Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.